Good morning. Welcome to this Tuesday edition of Shields and Arrows. I'm Pastor Mark Baze, and we are here to defend the faith, the family, and the fellowship. And it's also pouring down rain and thunderstorms, so I have no idea what the internet's going to do. We rely on Elon Musk's magic sky internet, so who knows? But I'm going to do the show for as long as I can. Great to have you with us. Now, here's the thing. Today, we're going to have some brutal honesty on a few matters, okay? And here's the thing. If you enjoy me being brutally honest, which for the most part I feel like I am anyways, but we're going to be brutally honest. If there's something you want me to be brutally honest about, okay, and you want to hear me rant about it, put it in the comments and I'll give you my brutally honest take on whatever matter. All right, as long as it's somewhat relevant to defending the faith, the family, and the fellowship. I'll remind you that if you would like to go to our website, we have two up right now. One is the older one, but here is this is the newest one right here, markbazeministries.org. You made this possible by supporting this ministry, because these kind of websites aren't cheap, especially when you can go click and look. There it is. There's the live stream of the show. It should be going live. There it is, right there, me talking. And so you make all that happen. These are automatically updated with all of our latest sermons and studies and all that. There's our Studying Abraham, which right over here on the left, you will be able to see it. And we have two sessions. Tomorrow we'll give our third edition to the Studying Abraham series. All right, so if you want some brutal honesty, by all means, let me know. Some things we're going to be brutally honest about today. We're going to be brutally honest about this whole Shiloh Hendricks thing. Now, if you're thinking I have no idea what that is, I'll explain to you just a moment, because if you've been on the internet for hardly any time at all, social media, the news, whatnot, if you watch any of the mainstream media, you will see this story of this woman. Is she a hero? Is she a villain? Is she something else? I'll give you my brutal honesty on the whole thing. And then also I'm going to give my brutal honesty about music leaders, ministers, whatever, liking to give little mini sermons in between or during songs. All right, I'm going to give my brutal honesty on that matter as well. So it's about to be fun, okay? Now, first of all, let's go ahead and jump into this story on Shiloh Hendricks and why I think it's important that even me as a pastor, I talk about it, all right? So, here is the story. Here's the picture of Shiloh Hendricks, if you're wondering about the individual in question. It's not like she committed some kind of, mass shooting or anything, so I don't have a problem with showing you the individual. But there she is. That's from Daily Wire right there. A selfie she took with her child. Now, here is the article from the Daily Wire. Actually, it's been taken from Matt Walsh's show, his comments on it. So, by now, this is from the Daily Wire. You may have heard the name Shiloh Hendricks. Up until last week, no one outside of her friends or personal acquaintances knew she existed. And that's absolutely true. She has suddenly been put on the mainstream radar. So, here's what happened. On April 28th, the woman that we know as Shiloh Hendricks took her child to a park in Minnesota. And at some point, there was a black child, reportedly 5 years old, that's reported, tried to get into her purse, steal something, or sorry, not from her diaper bag, or not from her purse, but from her diaper bag. Tried to get into the diaper bag, steal something, or mess around in it, regardless. Shiloh responded then in anger, as the story goes, and called the boy one of the most infamous, unacceptable, taboo words possible, the N-word. A man named Sharmaik Omar, a Somali immigrant, not the boy's father, but just a guy that was there, allegedly said that he witnessed the whole thing and decided to video the woman. And here's well, I don't even want to show you the video because a lot of words are said, and also there's some obscene gestures made. So there's the video. If you want to watch it in your own time, there's nothing I can control that you do. You're an adult. But there's the video. Let's just say it doesn't look great. So here's the interesting thing. She she makes the statement, and it's recorded on video. I mean, they have it on video of her saying the word. And obviously, since she's been recorded saying the word, this negative statement, Omar, once again, who's not the boy's father, claims that this 5-year-old boy supposedly is autistic and all these things. She has blown up all over the internet. She is obviously considered the world's most hated, vile person because she used the most terrible word. Now, the media thought they were going to just be able to paint her as the villain of the story and everybody would condemn her and how terrible, it is. That's not exactly what has happened, though. So eventually she was identified. People dug up who she was, her identity, where she lived. And apparently she's reporting that she's receiving threats and all of these things. And there's actually videos of people online using some very angry words regarding her. Now, here's the amazing thing. There has been a GoFundMe and whatnot, or at least a donation set up for this Shiloh Hendricks, right, for her protection, whatever. It has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars at the time I'm talking. That is shocking, not only to just anybody, but especially the media, who think, why would anybody be donating to support this horrible, terrible woman who used a horrible, terrible racial slur? And some people, it is very interesting. So the right is very fragmented right now. We used to see conservatives and the right as very united on some things. But so many of recent events have kind of exposed that we're not quite as united as what we think. There's actually some division on some matters of the tariffs. That has brought out divisions. There's divisions on matters of some of Trump's foreign policy, how he's handling Ukraine, how he's handling Israel. And this is another one. So there's some people on the right who are embarrassed and ashamed by the support this woman has received. How terrible it is that this woman who used a racial slur is receiving donations and all of these things. Now, there's others on the right who are saying, no, this is a good thing. We are sending a message. And they come from two different positions. Number one, you cannot help but think about the Austin Metcalf, Carmelo Anthony story. Carmelo Anthony admitted to stabbing Austin Metcalf. Now, he's claiming self-defense, and we're going to wait and see how the trial plays out and all of that. But he has been arrested and then released on bail, but he's going to stand trial for murder. At least that's what it seems like everything's leading to. I don't know where else it would go, but I mean, I would imagine, right? So he has received hundreds of thousands of dollars in donations, and that really doesn't sit well with people because it seems like a pretty open shut case. Now, I guess we'll find out, and you're free to give donations however you want. But those that are on the right who are supporting the support of this woman, they are saying, hold on, we have someone who actually is charged with murder, or not, I guess you can use that term, legally. Regardless, the allegations are, speculations are, by his own story anyways, he stabbed this kid to death. And yet he's receiving hundreds of thousands of dollars. We have a woman who had a kid, however old the kid was, not sure, all the matters of autism and all that is alleged, maybe true. We'll see. I did talk about autism yesterday, didn't I? But regardless. She is being threatened, and they're trying to ruin her life because she used a racial slur. They're saying, hold on now, which one is worse? Stabbing somebody to death or saying a not nice word? And they're trying to make a statement that you're not going to be able to play this game. And this is the reality of American culture, American society. It's been very one-sided, okay? You are able to make fun of a white male specifically, but you can make fun of white women too. There's the Karen slur that you could use, you could argue. Sadly, it's ruined, for many, they don't even want to name their child Karen anymore because it's been used as an insult, even though it's a perfectly fine name. So this is where things are. It has been so one-sided that it all depends on the ethnicity, the skin color of the person, right? If they are someone of darker complexion, not white, then they are automatically the victim and they need defending. If you are someone with light-colored skin, you're automatically the aggressor, you are guilty, and therefore everyone is justified because you're the problem, okay? People are getting sick and tired of it, and they're looking for a way to fight back. All right? They're looking for a way to fight back and make a statement, say that you will no longer get away with double standards and making white people the villain of everything. Okay? That's how they're feeling. And so they're looking for a way to make that statement. And they think it's absolutely absurd that Carmelo Anthony's receiving hundreds of thousands of dollars, and yet this woman's supposed to be having her life ruined, all because she said a mean word, which is significantly less worse. I mean, you can't even have the discussion, not even in the ballpark, of stabbing someone to death. And once again, allegedly, murder. We'll see. We'll see how the trial plays out, but trying to use the right language here. Here's my brutal honesty, okay? And I'm going to do a little bit of research here in real time as we're talking, working through this whole matter, okay? We can all agree that, if the story is as follows, the child's around 5 years old, whatever, digging in a diaper bag, that's, you don't go after a child for that, right? You go after, call them names or anything like that. They're just a kid, all right? When I was actually taking my wife on our second date, we went to a bowling alley and they had pizza there, and a kid walked up and drank out of my drink. And, I didn't make too big of a deal about it. He's just a kid, didn't know any better. What I am wanting to try to find here, because there's another article that I'm wanting to use to reference here, I'm hoping I can find it, is this is not just such a... I've got a lot of thoughts on the matter, okay? There's a lot going on here. So, on one hand, it is very frustrating to see the double standard, all right? So I'm gonna put all my honest, brutal honesty thoughts out there, okay? It's very frustrating to see the double standard of how it is considered just as the worst offense possible maybe in public life is to use a racial slur, right? Like we have blown this all out of proportion, I genuinely believe. And I say to someone who doesn't use racial slurs, all right? So I'm not worried about slipping up on the show. It's really like, it's one of those things you got to be careful how you speak when you do a live show. Because if I just used foul language and all sorts of words all the time, it'd be really easy to maybe slip up. You've seen, you've seen, it almost sounded like I was saying something bad, but it shows you've seen people as they're talking slip up and say something and that they didn't mean to. It's because you talk like that, right? So if you don't talk like that, you don't have to worry about it. But it is very frustrating to see that this is treated as such a heinous crime. Now, here's where I'm going to go into the realm of, it's kind of an interesting discussion, okay? Here's the woman in question, all right? Here's my brutal honesty, okay? She is not probably the ideal person to go to bat for, all right? Just plain and simple. you would rather find somebody else to support. Okay? As far as putting your money behind a person, right? Now, let me explain. I'm not saying people are wrong for supporting her, okay? Just hold on, okay? Before you're trying to get mad at me one way or the other on this deal, okay? Here's my point. She has tattoos on her hands. I mean, is it okay for me to say that, YouTube? I don't really care what YouTube thinks. We're going live on Worshify and my website, so I don't really care. She has hand tattoos, all right? And it's amazing to me in society now, here's the fascinating thing, okay? So let me try to bring all this back around for just a moment, but just hold on. My wife and I, we went to Walmart the other day, and we don't try to go to Walmart very much, but sometimes you have to, whatever. I realized very quickly that the majority of people I saw had tattoos. Okay, now think about that for just a moment. Now, granted, people in Walmart don't exactly dress very nice, okay? But the majority of people I saw had tattoos. And they're wearing clothing, kind of. You know, Walmart's a little bit iffy. What does that say about everybody else I saw who may have tattoos that are concealed, thank goodness, by clothing? If you are married with your original spouse, if you have children, and if you have children and you had children before you were 30, or even late 20s, whatever, and you don't have tattoos, you are the mohawk wearing, tattooed, pierced guy of the 80s. All right? So back in the 80s, if you wanted to be, and I'm speaking to somebody who wasn't born in the 80s, but you get my point. If you wanted to be edgy, if you wanted to be different, if you wanted to stand out from the rest, okay? If you wanted to be different than everybody else in the 80s, you got a mohawk, you got your ears pierced, your nose pierced, you got tattoos. Like, that made you different, unique from everybody else. That made you rebellious, all right? And here's the thing. Everybody did it. Everybody did the thing. Everybody got piercings. Everybody got tattoos. And guess what? Now you are not unique. You made yourself just like everyone else. You're all on the bandwagon, all right? And now, to a degree, you know, one or two versus a whole bunch. Like, when it gets to the point you'd have to wear like gloves and a face mask to cover up your tattoos, I think you've got a problem. So here's where we build off all this, okay? Most of the time, if not nearly all the time, tattoos are related to something you're struggling with. People don't normally just get tattoos for the fun of it. I know there's the joke like, hey, we got drunk and went and got matching tattoos, whatever. But most people, they get tattoos as a coping mechanism. We all have copes. Some copes are better than others, right? But when they go to cope, to deal with stress, they go get a tattoo. This woman probably has things she's dealing with, all right? And when you have so many visible tattoos, that probably does show a lack of, I don't know, care for how you do present yourself. This is the Brutal Honesty Show. Sorry, just how it is, folks. You probably don't care too much about how you are seen. So, you know what? She's more likely to probably say things that we would not consider very productive as a good member of society, okay? I'm just saying what we're all thinking, okay? I'm just saying what we're all thinking. That's why it's brutal honesty. So it's a very frustrating situation because, yeah, we need to stand up to the double standards of the media and say, you know what, we're tired of you pretending, or they probably believe it, whatever, but we're tired of this whole, oh my goodness, race is the single most important thing that could possibly happen in the world, and if you use one slur one time or whatever in public, your life is over and you're a horrible person, you should be fired, lose your job. I mean, all those things. It is ridiculous. It's absurd. And we're never going to heal as a nation, be united as a nation, a society, as long as there is such a double standard, okay? Just plain and simple. At the same time, folks, be careful who you try to make your examples. Be careful which hill you choose to die on, because what if, hypothetically, this woman gets all these donations and then she says something else? Maybe she takes it even a step further. Maybe she feels emboldened and she thinks, well, if I just keep pushing the envelope, maybe I'll get more donations. And then you're just going to make yourself look ridiculous. I would just say be cautious. I'm not writing a check anytime soon. I'm not looking up a PayPal or a GoFundMe, just to be honest, because here's the thing. All right, somebody who is going to put tattoos all over her hands, she can absolutely receive the gospel of grace, be reconciled unto the Lord by grace through faith, not of works. That's our amazing gospel. And she may be a loving mother. I don't know where the dad is, but regardless. But there's red flags, all right, that show you, hey, hold on, be careful. You may be tying yourself to the hip of something you would best off just leave well enough alone. So it's complex issue. I get wanting to send a message. At the same time, she has tattoos on her hands. So there's my brutal, honest take of the day. Okay, be cautious. Okay, but that's not my only brutally honest take of the day. I don't have a particular example for you to discuss on this matter, but I felt just like being brutally honest. And like I said, today is the opportunity. If you want to hear me be brutally honest about something, okay, you better take advantage and you better ask me a question. You better say something, all right? And so with that, here we go. Another thing that really grinds my gears, other than all of the social media hysteria regarding people doing things and saying things and then immediately getting all this money and whatnot, is music leaders that give mini sermons whenever they're leading worship service. This bothers me, okay? This really bothers me for several reasons, and I know you've seen it. I know you've been a part of it before, okay? Now, if we're in, church and we're doing a worship service and we sing How Great Thou Art, and then the song concludes and the music leader, I don't know, Brother Gary says, and God certainly is great, isn't he? And then, Brother Bob and some of the others say, amen, amen. I don't care. That's fine. It's good, even. It's great. But it's the hyper emotional, mini devotional sermons. I mean, I don't know. Let's just let's have a little bit of fun today. Why not just have some fun? Okay? Can we just relax for a little bit and have some fun today? Okay, instead of everything being so serious all the time. I mean, come on now. So here we go. You know what? Let's just go ahead, have a little bit of fun. Let's just see for a moment, let's see what the what Life Church has going on for their worship service. Okay, let's just respond. I'm willing to go anywhere today. Okay, so let's just have some fun. Here we are. Let's watch it. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, I don't know if we'll catch a little bit of preaching here. Maybe we'll get lucky in just a moment. So let's see. I'm going to turn up the volume on my TV here that I can use. Now you can hear me talking. Here we go.
And all have gone and all who will believe will sing the song of ages to the Lamb. 'Cause your name is the highest, your name is the greatest, your name stands above them all.
Okay. Got some preaching going on, or got some singing going on there. Look at the production quality. The lighting is very impressive. You have no idea how hard it is to do lighting, okay? I mean, I've tried, and this is what I've got, and it's not great. So the fact that they like have the ability to have the lights turned down, because you got to have the lights turned down, but at the same time, you can see people. I mean, you can see people in the audience. You can see people on stage. I mean, this is like professional work here, professional grade production quality, all right? One of these days, I'm going to have Nathan come, who is like the tech genius, like our technological warrior. And so he'll have our lighting all set up, you know, fancy and whatnot. And maybe that's when we'll start doing all this. So there's the, there's the singing. I wanted to try to catch maybe like if we get a little bit of preaching in there somewhere, like maybe once the song ends. It's really nice. They got like the lyrics there on the screen. Let's see if we can catch a little bit of preaching here as we go forward. And then maybe not. Maybe Life Church isn't about that, and maybe they're just all here to give us the good old singing. Here we go. Just want you to know, there is no emotional manipulation going on right now, folks, okay? This is all just the work of the Holy Spirit, moving people, giving them guidance, direction, filling their hearts, okay? There's nothing about the setting, nothing with the smoke, the lights, the sound, none of that. That would be playing on the emotions of people, okay? This is all just, this is what the Acts 2 church looked like, right? Here we go. We'll continue a little bit longer. They're kind of rolling into another song. I thought maybe like as that song started to end, maybe we would get like a little bit of preaching. I don't know. Maybe not. I mean, look at how many musical instruments they have. Like the drums, they got how many different guitarists, the bassist, backup vocals. I mean, probably what they spent on like just the musical equipment alone is like more than my church, like just in general, just like the whole thing. So that's impressive. All right. Once again, we're having fun here. People are watching, want to get mad. I don't really care. Go watch Life Church. All right. So here we go. Let's continue. But let's see if we get a little bit of preaching here in just a moment. Okay. I think we can get there. Let's see.
Is anyone able to break the seal and open the scroll? The Lion of Judah conquered the grave. Is anyone whole? Is anyone able to break the seal and open the scroll? Oh, he's the
Okay. Sorry if you were hearing like extra sounds coming through there. I think I'm maybe almost to the point where we're going to have a little bit of preaching here. So hang in there, okay? And we're going to see. All right, I think it's possible. Maybe. I think we're almost there. So here we go. If you can, like, if you want to rock out a little bit longer. All right, all you Texas fans. There you go. Love you, Mom. She's not a Texas fan. I was just trying to... I knew she would like that.
Of the Most High King.
Here we go. Oh, and I left this part out. So not just do you sometimes get preaching, but you also got the prayer too, like while the song is going. All right. I have all the more come to like be somebody who absolutely does not like music while we're praying. Okay, I feel like it's distracting. I feel like that it can be manipulative in that way. So I'm not for it. Okay, I'm not for it. I don't like it. But what you're about to hear is praying while the music is playing. Okay. Once again, it's not emotional manipulation. You stop it. All right, you stop it. Do not claim that. It's all the power of the Holy Spirit. Okay. Here we go. All right, let's get back to it. Let's see. Then we're about to get to this praying here. And here we go. Sorry if you heard that.
Worship you, Jesus. Thank you, God, that you have adopted us. That we are sons and daughters of the Most High King. Jesus, you've redeemed us. You've changed our lives. So today, God, you are worthy of all the praise we can give, all the worship we can bring. So we worship you with everything today, Jesus. The broken find their healing.
All right, so we kind of got the the praying there during the singing. So here's the thing. I'm not over here saying that there is a lack of sincerity, okay? I think they're very sincere. I think that a lot of these people love the Lord. It could be every single one of them in that room, as far as I'm concerned. Every single one of them love God. They want to serve Him. They want to honor Him. I'm not going after attacking their genuine faith, okay? What I am going after is all of the manipulation that's going on, okay? Every bit of it. That whole thing, and I understand if you get a little bit emotional in your prayer, it's entirely possible to do it and it's understandable. I would say have some composure. Maintain composure as best as you can. And there's been times you've heard me on a couple of small occasions when I am preaching that I could get choked up. I remember last year's Easter service. I was preaching and I read the passage from Psalms about piercing His hands and feet, okay? The prophecy about Christ. I got a little bit choked up there, but I tried to maintain composure. But modern churches, it's like it's bonus points. The more you get caught up in the emotions and the feels, it's a sign of being super spiritual, all right? And that's what it is, all right? It's a sign, it's credit to your account. If you get more, the one who shows more passion All right, the one who sheds the most tears, the one who gets the most emotional, the one who shows the most excitement, whatever. Like, that's the measurement. I read Jay's comment there. Am I the only one that thinks this is very feminine? No, you're right, it is very feminine, okay? A man who grew up hunting, fishing, driving tractors, or even just a man who, grew up in the city, but he was working with his hands. His daddy was a plumber, and he's a plumber, and he works on cars. These guys are not into this hyper emotional feminine stuff. And also, I could go after what these guys are wearing. Come on now, please. Can we just have a little bit of social standards, like what is appropriate to wear? Like, as a man, it's really coming down out there. So hopefully our connection holds up. If not, this has been a lot of fun. Okay, I've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed it. We'll see how long this stream lasts. I can hear it raining pretty hard out there. And that's going to be it. And let's see here. Okay, so let's go back over here to YouTube and let's just look. All right, so we're 11 minutes, 22 seconds in, okay? How much longer does the worship service go? Okay, here we go. Oh, we got a guy right there talking. Let's see what he has to say right here, okay? Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what he's going to say. No idea who he is. Maybe, probably a great guy, okay? He's going to talk. So let's hear.
Thank you, Lord. Oh, how great is your love. Oh, man. Isaiah 46 tells us that no one can compare with God. And when we remember who he is and all that he's done, that demands nothing but praise tonight. His love and his grace and his mercy, they endure forever and they change all things. And so let's praise our God. Come on, hey! Who can?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about there. It pulls out a pass from Isaiah. You could do worse as far as a contextual, application or failing to apply, right? Here's the thing. Isn't the point of the music and the song, like the hymns you sing, not the music, but the hymns you sing, are not those for the purpose of praising God? I don't know. I don't know what the need for the extra is. And maybe I'm just being nitpicky and somebody's saying that I'm being unfair. Fine. Okay. If you're not the preacher, don't try to give a little bit of preaching. Just lead the song, which y'all have 500, like their band. Let's just look there for a second. Like, let's get one more wide view of the whole thing. Look how many people they got up there. That's more people than I have in my church. Being a little bit sarcastic, we're not doing half bad. That's why I can't say we're the greatest tiny church. We beat Taos out. We're the greatest small church. Maybe one of these days, Dr. White can get a small church. He's got to learn from me a little bit more, though. I don't know. It's just if it's not your job to preach, why do you feel the need to get up there and do a little bit of preaching? I don't know. It just kind of wears me out. I don't know. If you want to preach, then be the preacher. Go find a church to preach at. Let the hymns be the focus of the whole thing, as opposed to you. I know that's a very hot take, isn't it? So yeah, brutal honesty about the whole Shiloh Hendricks thing, brutal honesty about these music leaders that want to preach and everything. Just it wears me out. But hey, they must be doing something right. I am curious though, how long does so how much longer does the worship time go? All right. 17 minutes, they're roughly still going. Okay, 17 minutes, they're still going here. Watch a little bit longer.
Why are you here today?
A new beginning, a new change, and that's what I need in life right now.
I have 3 kids now, and I don't want to be that person that I used to be.
When we're setting up for baptism, I've been in that pool.
We got their little promo video
This is
going
my
on.
first Easter service in over 20 years when I came. It felt like home. It's like, this is where I belong.
I can just feel God touch.
Man, we're so thankful that you made it to church today.
And we are one church in multiple locations all across the world, including where you are at today. And so we are glad that you've joined us.
That's right. And listen, we have a vision here at Life Church, and that is to reach the world and care for the one. What does that actually mean? That means that as a church, we feel a calling and a sense of responsibility to reach the world for Jesus and to also care for the one. That's right, you are the one. We've got pastors and volunteers that love and are passionate about caring just for you. You might even put that in the comment section.
Yeah.
I am the one.
You are the one.
on.
And we are, if you're just joining us now, we had just started a brand new series called Love Stories, where we
Family.
All right, so a whole lot of things there. You had okay, so he's going to preach until a little over 30 minutes. That's not bad. So good job for Greg there. A little bit longer than normal there. That's I'm just looking at the timeline when he's done. So yeah, he's probably missing just dealing with it. Most people just give up in marriage and don't just deal with it. Just deal with it. That'd be my recommendation. Deal with it. All right. Now that we have basically done a run through a Life Church service, I want to see your comments, all right? I want your brutal honesty. Let's hear it, okay? I've been brutally honest. You give me your brutal honesty, okay? I think this is going to be fun. All right, looking at the comments here. Luke says they repeat the same things over and over and over again to put people in a trance. The old Baptist preachers would call them 7-11 songs. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It does, yeah. You repeat it, you get hypnotized. Luke says, I'm feeling less manly while listening. I need to lift some weights and eat beef. You're absolutely right. I've already lifted this morning. I went down to the barn at 6 o'clock and lifted, but you know what? I feel like my testosterone levels have dropped. I need to go lift a little bit more. Here we go. Jay says, I'm going to get a hand tattoo to deal with this. Yeah. If it gets really severe, you may need to go ahead and do like one, I don't know, like on the sides of your finger or something. Jay says, zeal for God, but not according to knowledge. Yeah, a lot of zeal there. I'm not taking away their love for the Lord, their passion for the Lord. All right, I'm just saying how much Bible knowledge is actually there. Really? Ethan says, bring back the robes and stoles. That would be better than what we have here today. Mary says they got bad storms over there in Mesquite. Hopefully you are doing okay. Ken's driving through it. Jay says, I feel sorry for these people. I really do. These fleshly emotionalism will only be temporary, but being built up in sound doctrine is what is edifying. Absolutely. See, sound doctrine, the pursuit of sound doctrines never gets old. All right, it doesn't grow stale. Now, you may have times in your life in which you're more enthusiastic and eager and studying more, but when the objective is doctrine, you don't get burnt out. That's why the people that go to these churches, like, here's what's going to happen. There's going to be another franchise of churches. There probably already is. You know, you got Life Church now. There'll be a new thing called, I don't know, The Wave or the whatever silly name. And standing on Waves Church or something, I don't know. And they're all going to get excited because there'll be a new preacher. He'll be, you know, different. He'll be enthusiastic. The band will be a little bit different. The setting will be a little bit different. They'll have, you know, just something about it that they'll be excited. Because what they're doing is they're chasing the dopamine, right? You want the dopamine. You want the hit. You want the excitement is what it is. Ken says, Ken's talking to Kristen. Come on now. Don't have this whole thing. I hope you didn't lose too much sound. Luke says, Colossians 3:16, let the word of Christ dwell in you richly in all wisdom, teaching and admonishing one another in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing with grace in your hearts to the Lord. Absolutely. I actually preached on that just a couple Sundays ago. Mary says, I had a doctor's appointment at noon, but canceled because of the weather. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, y'all be careful. Ken says the congregation pays more attention to the praise music than they do the actual preaching, I bet. Oh, yeah, probably. Probably so. They get their workout in, though. I mean, they're jumping up and down. The Shilohs of the world get far more attention than what is warranted. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I don't know, we don't know her personally, but it's very possible she's the kind of person that is like, maybe not very pleasant to be around. Maybe someone we wouldn't want to have a great influence. And once again, I mean, I don't know. She may be a great person. It's just, it's okay to have prejudices. It just is, all right? If I hired a babysitter and she showed up and she had a tattoo on her hands, or tattoos on her hands, like, yeah, I'm probably not going to feel great about it. Sorry. I mean, I hate to break it to you. If she shows up and she's nice and dressed appropriately and doesn't have tattoos all over her and weird piercings, I'm going to feel a lot better about it. Just how it is. Toby says, do these people even read the Bible any? And I mean the King James Bible? Oh, no, probably not. They don't read the King James. Ken says, I am the one. It's all about the individual. Yeah, I mean, and it is all very much like us focused. A lot of their hymns, that's an insult to hymns. A lot of their praise songs, whatever, their rock songs, a lot of them, if you read them carefully, like you'll notice how much of it is I, me, I. I mean, trying to go back to there, like I wonder like what some of the music they were singing here. Let's just like see. And maybe these are a better one. I mean, some of these are very focused on Christ. Of course, this may have been their, no, this was their yesterday one. This one, these are all, I mean, these are modern praise songs, so like they're not necessarily the most doctrinally sound, but these are all pretty much focused on praising the Lord, which is good. But modern praise songs absolutely can fall into that pattern. But hey, credit where credit's due there. It looks like the songs they're singing right here are mostly focused on God. But yeah, a lot of them are not though. But here's the thing. The sermon's about them. What's missing from your marriage. And they'll say, but what's missing from your marriage is Jesus or whatever. But it's still, the focus is all about us. Luke says, if this place is typical of the places that I've been, they will jump to all different versions, whatever they like. Yeah, no, I don't think they use a consistent Bible version. They're going to be, whichever version reads the way they want it to. Luke says, whatever you do to get them in the door is what you will have to do to keep them. In these settings, you have to continue to replicate the emotional experience. Yeah, and you've always got to, it's just like a drug. You got to always one-up yourself. So what are you going to do? Well, now we got to add another singer. We've got to add another musician. We've got to add more lights. We got to add more smoke. We got to, because that's how you got them in, all right? You got them in through that. What else? We got them through our merchandise. We got them through our cool videos, our editing, through whatever. And you're constantly having to one-up yourself in order to keep their attention. It's a miserable place to be, really. It's very miserable. Luke says, I talked to some numerous people in the last month, and when I ask where they go to church and what they like about the answer has been the music is great. It's like a concert. That is very telling. When you ask somebody, like, what's your favorite thing about church, and their answer is the music, it's like a concert. Even if they were just to say, like, the music, that's already a problem. If they were maybe to say worship service, our hymns are great, our hymns are doctrinal, like that's excellent, you know, but who do you hear say that? But it's like a concert. I mean, that's the point. Yeah, it's supposed to be like a concert. Why do people like to go to concerts? Because it's fun. So, hey, let's just make church like the concert, and let's not make it look like a church at all. I think there's something to be said for a church looking like a church. I mean, goodness, even stained glass windows are okay. I know, how Roman Catholic of me. These things are all right. Make it like a church. Just like the megachurch entertainment, Stephen Furtick type. I don't know him. He's maybe before my time or something. I don't know. But brutal honesty, folks, if you go to Life Church or something like it, which is nowadays a lot of Southern Baptist churches just trying to emulate Life Church because they're losing all their people to Life Church. Knock it off. If you're a man, ready? One more time. If you're a man and this is what your worship service looks like, I'm going to be extremely blunt. If you're a man and that's what your worship service looks like, grow up. You're not a teenager going to church camp anymore. And I have plenty of problems with church camp anyways and how they do their worship service. Quit being a little kid. Grow up. Be a man. You got to be a man, all right? Listen to real hymns that have real doctrine. You don't need all the people jumping up and down and singing and hooping and hollering. All right? Get the dancing girls off the stage. Yeah, there's girls dancing up on the stage. Get them off of there. Be a man. Have your piano player. If you want to have your organ and your guitar player, that there's a line that's drawn somewhere, and you know it when you see it when music goes too far. And have somebody lead good old doctrinal hymns, all right? Okay? If that's the kind of praise and worship music, if that's the worship service at your church, ladies, you don't have a husband, all right? You got a wife, all right? He's got to be a man. He's got to dress like a man, talk like a man, praise God like a man. There we go. I'm just trying to offend everybody now. I don't care. So, come on. Please. It's painful. It pains me to know that, because here's the thing. We need real men in the world. No wonder all these rough, gruff, manly men don't want to be in church, because that's what they go to. All right? What 40 to 60 year old, well, 40, goodness, Greg's, probably nearly 50, the pastor of Life Church. Anyways, what 55 to 75 year old man or whatever wants to go to that? It's trendy, it's cool. You know what's cool? Studying the Bible, standing on convictions, being a man, raising your children. That's what's cool. We're going to make Right Division cool because it is the mohawk, pierced, tattooed up guy. Because when the entire culture has turned themselves into weirdos and effeminate, we're going to be the rebellious group that the men look like men, the women look like women. We don't share clothes in our closet. And when we sing like men. All right? Plain and simple. That's how we're going to save things. That's how we are going to defend the faith, the family, and the fellowship, folks. Now, I've worked up a lot of rage. I'm going to have to go work it out by preparing our study on Abraham, which we will be going live. Let's see here. See if I can share the image with you. Studying Abraham, finding the biblical truth. All those Calvinists and whatnot think they understand Abraham. I think they don't, because they don't really read the Bible. And we do. So that's what we're going to do. I hope that you've enjoyed today's show, me going crazy and ranting. Paul, I want to read Paul's comment before I go. Not going to lie, evil is doing some of it to the new men through food, medicine. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, our nutrition and whatnot, it's terrible. It is horrible. Get your son in a habit of lifting weights, eating red meat, and make sure he drives a truck. Yeah. Mary says, don't forget the man bun. Yeah, that's standard issue for these people. Also, Kristen notes her husband's name, Jeremy. And Jeremy is like, if I had to get in a fight with Hell's Angels, I'm taking Jeremy with me, okay? Jeremy would not, for 1 second, want to step foot in there. Yeah, he wouldn't work. You're right, Kristen. Say Sydney's with us. Sydney, always appreciate you. As well as everybody else. I see that Brian's from our church. Thanks for stopping in, Brian. Mom, always glad to have you. Rick, you've been noticeably quiet lately. I don't know what you're doing, Rick. Are you just signing in just to comment that way I don't get after you for not watching? Are you driving somewhere? What are you doing, Rick? You should have been more active today. I'm disappointed. I wanted some of your snarky comments. All right. And Paul says carnivore diet for the win. Yes, absolutely. That's how you get the gains. All right, hey, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go and watch Ask the Theologian at 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock Mountain Time. And I want you to tell him how much better Shields and Arrows is, okay? Just sign in and say, hey, everybody, I'm excited to watch my second favorite show. Shields and Arrows is number one. Mark is so funny. We have such a good time. Go ahead and just give him a good hard time for me, okay? All right? So that's your homework assignment. Go watch Ask the Theologian and then comment and bug Dr. White about how his protege is so much better. All right. All right, I think I've done enough. I've done enough damage today. Hey, thank you all so much for joining us here at Shields and Arrows. We'll be going live again tomorrow. Thank you for continuing to support the ministry. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Ask any questions at all that you may have. And until tomorrow, stay safe. Watch the storms out there. And we will see you then. Thank you all so much.